The mouse also calls for Islamic domination of the globe.
حجر الأساس لقيادة العالم بقيادة إسلامية.
For years, Hamas, Hezbollah, and other terrorist groups have exploited children for propaganda purposes. We're joined by Monica Crowley, author, radio talk show host, former aide to President Richard Nixon, and Joseph King, professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. He spent 33 years as a special agent in charge of terrorist and Middle East Division of the U.S. Customs. Welcome to you both.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Monica, let me start with you. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mickey Mouse teaching this to kids?
Right. Well, you know, it's appalling, but it's not surprising, because I would like to say this is something new on the part of the terrorists that run the Palestinian territories, but it's not. This kind of thing has been going on for decades. They've been using, I mean, this is the first time they're using Mickey Mouse to inculcate this kind of hatred to the Palestinian youth, but this has been going on for a long time, where they've used different kinds of cartoon characters, things that are easily accessible to children, to not just inculcate hatred, but also to incite violence in extremely young children.
Joe, you follow this, and you've called this part of the indoctrination process. Explain that.
It's a process of propaganda and indoctrination that has gone on for years. The Palestinians are not the first to use it. The IRA has used it over the years. Goebbels perfected it in the Second World War. It's a process of indoctrination that begins with small children, and you've seen the videos of small children wrapped in suicide bombs and the exaltation of someone who will become a martyr, the joy that their family brings, the joy that they get in heaven, the idea of bringing along the next generation who will be the fighters, who will be happy to be the fighters.
You were just showing us the Mickey Mouse character throwing a grenade and then using, as they said, an AK-47.
It's a figure that is something that the groups can use to foster their own future. They need future fighters. They need to indoctrinate people at a very early age. This is one of the best ways to do it, is to present children's videos,
and
to present people that are there. Sorry.
You know, Eric, people often say in this country, you know, how does somebody strap a bomb onto themselves and go in and blow up a lot of people on any given day? It doesn't just happen overnight like that. People just don't wake up and say, well, I think I'll put a bomb on and blow up a lot of innocent people. It starts from a very young age, where they begin with this jihadist mentality. And if they can get to children at that kind of young age through vehicles like this Mickey Mouse character, which, by the way, is a Walt Disney character, and Walt Disney owns ABC, so there are some corporate things here that I think perhaps some corporate entities ought to get involved and say, you know what, we don't want this terrorist organization to be using an American icon, to be using one of our trademark characters to incite terrorism and violence.
Hamas TV calls the character, I don't know the name, but we've called Disney to get their comment on this, see if they're going to file a lawsuit, even if you can, against Hamas to try and stop this. We have not heard back from Disney yet. The Palestinian Media Watch, they're drawing up legislation. Can we stop this? The U.S. pays about, $250 million to the Palestinian Authority every year, American taxpayer money, and this stuff goes on the Palestinian TV. We just showed the speaker of the Palestinian legislature saying, kill every single American. And they broadcast this stuff over there.
You know, Eric, it would have been nice to think that the United States government would have learned over the course of decades, when Yasser Arafat was running the Palestinian leadership, that we ought to tie our money, whatever aid we are going to give to the Palestinian leadership, to transparency, to accountability, so that it doesn't go to terrorist means and terrorist vehicles like this. And we have tried to put those in place. The problem is that nobody follows up, and that this money is easily transferred into this kind of activity. And you know what? Even when the United States government, particularly the State Department, is confronted with the evidence you're laying out today, it still doesn't demand accountability or even, frankly, our taxpayer money back.
Joe, last word. Can we stop this?
It's very difficult to stop. You're stopping it as an outsider. The funds come in. The funds are easily laundered. There's additional funds coming in from Zagats around the world, the committees in the various Muslim families. It's a very difficult thing to stop from the outside. We can, if it was from the inside, if the people themselves can stop it, it's a much easier process.
Maybe we can start with the Disney lawsuit. We'll see if that happens. Monica Crowley, Joseph King, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.